Illinois has a great plan, and it's new to our league, and it took us really a long, almost a full half to get used to it. And everybody's going to, I think as the year goes on, they're going to be a formidable team in the league. They got a lot of good components to their team, and I admire what they're doing right now, and they're going to. I'm glad that I think we just played them once, right?
Yep.
We played them once here. I'm glad I was here, and because it was really a tough game for us. The first half was really hard for us to adjust. And the very first play, we turned over in the first play. So we did some tough breaks there, but they made us put us in those situations, and as a result, second half is so proud of the way we played. We had 12 turnovers in the first half, 3 in the second half. There's the difference in the game. They've really been hitting the offensive boards, 14 a game. They got 10. I think they had 10, but they had 3 in the last minute when the game was a bit over. So we did what, again, I don't think there's anything pretty about how we're playing. At the same time, we're just finding ways still to get out in front of people and win games.
Matt?
You said at Iowa that Isaiah's performance might have been a breakout performance. How important was it for you to see him, have another performance like this today?
Yeah, it is every day. We're seeing new things, but it was basically like most freshmen when he got here. There's just so many things going on. I mean, you saw some early practice, you would question why we gave him a scholarship, and then other practice you'd say, yeah, you did the right thing. I have no doubt about that. We did the right thing. He's coming out. His next step will be, when he has a leverage on somebody, he won't go and do a finger roll to the other side. He'll go and dunk it on somebody. That's his next step to get to the foul line. And he'll get more rebounds than he's getting. So there's more rebounds, take it right at people, and get to the foul line. Those are the 3 things that he's working on now. But I'll take what we got today.
And what do you anticipate his role being this week coming up against 2 big?
Well, I think we saw a little bit today. We did this when DJ started to emerge last year. We're going to sit Duncan and let him play. No, then we played Duncan more at a 2 or a 3 and give him more minutes. So I didn't play him a lot in that first half, and then when he came in, I just got to have, he needed a couple games back-to-back like this to be able to gain more trust from the coaching staff.
Back right, Greg.
Coach, you mentioned 12 turnovers. He shot under 40% in that first half, and Charles, I think, played there the over minute. Was that first half?
Yeah, he got taken out of there quick, didn't he?
Was that first half all about just surviving?
On that. Go ahead.
Was that first half all about just kind of surviving, kind of get through the?
Yeah, I was really pleased that it was. That was my message to the team. I didn't go in there like Randy or Ravy, and I just said I feel a really good place that we're down 3 right now. You got used to it a little bit. We tried to simulate it for the last 2 days, and our scout team just doesn't have that length and that quickness. So it hit us right in the face, and then we had to react to it. But to get Charles through, Mo is still not. That was a good step for him today. We couldn't be ourselves at that time, and don't blame our guys. Credit Illinois; they did a great job.
Right down here about the Chris.
With a team like that and that pressure, just talk about how hard it is for the point guard and how X responded to it.
X is going to need to sleep well, right? Because it is every pass, every play, and that's why we didn't. I had Eli in there, I had Jerron in there. X just was. He had 5 turnovers, very unlike him. At the same time, he did challenge, and I said today against these guys, you got to be a bowling ball, man. You got to get low and you got to drive hard at the basket, and it worked sometimes for him. He did a good job with that, and then seeing the open man, I think we missed some really good threes too that he created. That would he would have had 10 assists, but 7 assists against this team does not. I think they're averaging giving up 10 or 12 assists a game. They won't let you have assists. They're making you finish at the rim through contact. And he still found some people, so a big step for him as well. Despite, he knows he's not happy, and I'm not happy about the 5 turnovers.
Back television with Justin.
Justin, how happy are you with the growth of your defense? It seems the tenacity is there, and that team defense is getting much better for this group.
Yeah, I think that every game is such a challenge for us because it's a unique style. And I think it was a time we got up by 9 and they cut it to 5 or something in the second half, and we came off the court. And we had Jordan Poole, Isaiah Livers, John Teskey, and X, guys that you were not even on the court or were sitting on the bench last year. And I think their growth is essential to this. And I think you're seeing the growth from Muhammad. Charles Matthews, that really hurts us when he's out of the game, both offensively and defensively. So, but seeing John be able to do what he does gives Mo better minutes and allows us to be much more versatile with our bench.
Right over here with Mike.
Coach, you mentioned that today was a good step for Mo. What exactly do you think was different? What do you think?
Just have, when he makes that, you don't know, when you're watching, I said this on TV, that shooters, I understand shooters, I understand their mentality. And when they have a bad game, it's like they had 10 bad games in a row. And Mo hadn't been able to make threes in games, or he'd been out. He didn't hit the field. And for him to make the first three and then just catch the ball and no drama on those layups, he just turn and put it in. Early in the year, he would turn that into something that isn't healthy for his scoring. So he just kept things simple, as simple as he could today.
Right in the middle with Andrew.
Coach, it's been a while since Muhammad was sort of just out there and not being aggressive like he has lately. I guess you're getting a better feel for what buttons to push with him, or is there any?
You think he was not aggressive today?
No, I thought he was today.
Yeah.
He has been lately.
No, I joked with him. I said, you like this me dialing up some plays where you're trying to put the ball in your hands. I think he does. And I think, I've told this to you before, when we've had like teams that are very talented with a lot of playmakers, you just can't dial up 4 guys, right? You can't even dial up 3 sometimes. And so you're looking for a mismatch, but it's much easier to go with 2 guys, and he's one of those 2 guys for sure.
Right over here with Kevin.
Heading into next week, is it encouraging right now that it seems like the production is coming half by half from different people?
Yeah, you made me thinking about next week, didn't you? It doesn't stop. We're going to have one of those rare with the new league, and everybody's in it, so I'm not complaining. We're all in it. But we're going to have 3 days, we have 3 games, we're going to have 3 games in 6 days, not 7 days. We're going to have 3 games in 6 days. And so these are really challenges for us. We can't do anything but just think about today and then think about tomorrow when it gets to tomorrow. But it is encouraging right now that Isaiah is doing what he does, that Jordan Poole will learn from these different things, that at the point guard, it seems like X has really emerged with more confidence. And I think I did this with Darius Morris as he was growing as a player. I could give some of those guys more latitude. When you have a Trey Burke and you have Derek Walton, you may let them play through more mistakes, right? Because they got more deposits in the bank. Xavier's getting more deposits in the bank, so I can help him, play through and learn through his mistakes.
Brendan?
On that, with the decision to start Xavier, was that to kind of cement him as the guy?
No, I don't think it's cemented, but I would love to get that cemented. I would love to do that, but I'm not going to go there yet. I just thought in this particular game, we needed a downhill, strong driver. Eli's been a little timid for whatever reasons lately, not using his athleticism, thinking way too much. And that's why Jerron got a chance as well, that we needed guys that would not be intimidated, not intimidated is the wrong word, that would be aggressive against an aggressive defense. We did need guys that were trying to set plays up because they're not going to let you do it. Now, if you were playing some of the other teams in our league that let you make 10 passes and they're not going to let you have the baskets, it's a better game. Today was a better game for Dulan and X until Eli develops this downhill mentality that we need him to have.
And from with Ethan.
You said that today wasn't necessarily a pretty game, but it also seemed to be a lot of flashy plays, a lot of dunks, timely threes. How do you balance those spurts of confidence with?
Well, there's sometimes that with their style, they're going and their style both ways. They're at offense. They got some pretty good rim runners, and they run. We call it the cowboy offense. It's the old Johnny Orr offense, actually, and they can run guys to the rim, and you're always worried about that. Their defense will create offense. So now you get people into the open court. It's just exactly the same way West Virginia's playing right now. And so, and of course, Coach was on, Coach Huggins' staff at Kansas State. So that's going to be the byproduct. You're going to have some of that, but you're also going to have ugly turnovers for both teams. But it's a style we got to adapt to. I think it's. I don't recall seeing this in a little bit, and there's 4 or 5 teams playing like this right now that I know of, and so we're going to see more of it because it is effective with a short clock. Going back for a second.
While there is all this balance and stuff like that, how much, especially given this week, would you like to see a game of Charles, Mo, engaged for 40. It seems like that might be kind of the next step with those two.
Yeah, but I think it's important that those guys continue to establish a rhythm and everybody's in a new role. But I don't think it's essential that they have to be stars for us to win. As you can see today, I think that there's enough guys out there that can make shots for us. That's our hope. That's our hope. Now we'll find out, right? And I'm saying I'll be a believer when I know that we're rebounding and we're better in the post defense. If we can beat the Purdue's and the Michigan States. All right, I'm going to probably be a believer that we're okay. But right now, we got a lot of things that we just got to we got to grow and be a more experienced team physically and mentally of what's next if we're going to say, okay, we're a good team. They're 14-3, but we got a long, long way to go right now. And I don't think there's a guy right now. I think there's guys that I think that, as you can see, we've had up and down with several people.
Coach, that's going to do it.
All right, thanks, everyone. Thank you. Have a great day. Go Bills.